Hi, Shabbat Shalom. My name is Orit, and I'm an educator at Beth Sholom Shabbat School. I'm really excited to host this week Torah portion, Parashat Naso. I must say that I am both excited and nervous. The first thing I read about this parasha is that it has the largest number of letters, words, and verses of any of the 54 weekly Torah portions. So looking even closely, the parasha is made up of more than 8,000 Hebrew letters, more than 2,000 Hebrew words, and exactly 176 verses. Before I start, I want to give some highlight of what I'm going to talk about today and share with you. Inspired by the parasha and the reading of the parasha, it will include archaeology, a little bit of Fiddler on the Roof, mindfulness, and Leonard Cohen. So I'm going to share my screen and we can start right away. So here we are, Parashat Naso. The Hebrew meaning of Naso is take a census or lift up. It's the sixth word and the first distinctive word in the parasha. It's generally read in late May or early June, typically, though not always, on the first Shabbat after Shavuot. So last week we celebrated the holiday of Shavuot, and this week we're reading Parashat Naso. The parasha addresses a very interesting array of topics, almost like disconnected. It's starting with the head count of the children of Israel taken in the Sinai desert, and who will do the actual work of transporting the tabernacle. It's also talked about the Kohanim duties, camp purification, guidance on what to do with a wife accused on unfaithfulness, sutta, the Nazarite, one who exclude himself from society and kind of voluntarily take the vow to avoid wine or let the hair grow and more. And then at the middle, the middle of the portion, the parasha, you found maybe the most famous text in the Torah, the most famous blessing in the Torah, which in Hebrew is called Birkat Hakohanim, or the priestly blessing. Today, it is recited in synagogues, most commonly during Musaf prayers, the additional read during holiday services, recited after the Torah reading, and parents often bless children with those words every Friday night. You maybe remember this song from Fiddler on the Roof, the Shabbat song that I'd like to kind of us to listen just for a little moment.
May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them from the strangers' ways. our Sabbath prayer for you. May God make you good mothers and
May He send you
wives.
husbands who will care for you. May the Lord protect and defend you. May the Lord preserve you from pain. Favor them, O Lord, with happiness and peace, for hear our Sabbath prayer.
So in ancient time, the priests recited the blessing in the Holy Temple twice each day while standing on a special platform known as the Duchan or the Bima. And the common procedure was for the sons of the tribe of Levi who served as assistants in the temple to wash the hands of the Kohanim, who then removed their shoes and stand before the ark. And at the appropriate point in the service, the prayer leader will call out Kohanim. The Kohanim then cover their heads with their prayer shawls, arrange their fingers in a pattern, and recite the blessing. Think about it. What a powerful moment. So, as it says, Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. So from the portion it reads, God then tells Moses to have Aaron bless the sons of Israel by saying, may God bless you and protect you. May God deal kindly and graciously with you. May God bestow his favor upon you and grant you peace. So kind of this is the oldest known biblical text that has been found in archaeological digging. So here's, I want to share something about archaeology. So I found this story to be amazing. As a child, I grew up in Israel. I was very interested in archaeology and actually wanted to be an archaeologist. I was part of the archaeology club for youth organized by the Society of Protection of Nature in Israel, Chevra Lahaganat Teva. And during the summer, I would volunteer to do some archaeological work. I never had the opportunity to do digging in Jerusalem. I was always assigned to prehistoric sites in the north of Israel. This was really fun summers, definitely. So the story is pretty amazing. This is kind of Professor Gabriel Barkai. In 1976, he decided to explore the activity outside of the old city of Jerusalem. As the city was small back then, maybe lots of activities, maybe many activities like farming took place out of the walls, the city walls. So after his research, Barkai located place outside of the old city and start doing some excavation at this site. Of course, they didn't have enough budget, so they had to use children volunteers. And here's what this is really direct account from Gabriel Barkai, how he described it. He said, the volunteers were 12 to 13-year-olds from Tel Aviv, members of this Chevra Lahaganat Teva, this club. He said 13 is a very dangerous age, but it was low budget, and I was happy to have them nevertheless. So when they arrived to the place, the caves had all been looted, and he said, I was very disappointed, but still they continue do the digging. Among these children was a 13-year-old kid named Natan, and Professor Barkai is saying he was really always tugging at my shirt, and he was very annoying. So I thought the best way, the ideal solution is to put him in one of the places there, one of the sites there. And he told Natan, this place had to be clean as your mother's kitchen. So Natan started cleaning. By chance, he also had a hammer with him. So after cleaning, he got bored and started randomly bagging on the floor and on the walls. And then to his surprise, the stone floor broke, and Natan ran back to Professor Barkai, and with almost completely intact piece of pottery that he found in the newly hole beneath the floor. It was amazing discovery, of course. This chamber was filled with over thousands of artifacts, including 125 items made of silver, 40 iron arrowheads, gold, ivory, glass, ceramics, oil lamps, and almost like 150 semi-precious stones. Among these artifacts, when they realized what they found, of course, students came to help and other people. They found a kind of, this is how they described it, the purplish color object, a very small object. And with further analysis, they realized that this is a tiny rolled up silver scroll. And then they found the second one, smaller silver scroll. This is kind of the children. Here's Natan and the children helping there just before they discovered this is the cleaning moment. And this is what they found. It took them 3 years to find a way to unfold the scroll, to slowly reveal their content that has this old Hebrew characters that were engraved on the silver. And this is a 2,800-year-old proof of words from the Torah. The two of them are now displayed in the Israel Museum. So you can see it. This is the Hebrew, old Hebrew letters. And going back to this blessing, going back to the parasha, so it says there that God asked Moses to go and ask Aaron and his sons to deliver this blessing. And brings me to the next thought I had when I read the portion is Aaron comes with this love and intentionality with this blessing. And thinking about the character of Aaron, and in Pirkei Avot, the ethics of the father, Hillel says, be of the disciples of Aaron, loving peace and pursuing peace, loving the creatures, and bringing them closer to the Torah. היה מתלמידיו של אהרון, אוהב שלום ורודף שלום, אוהב את הבריות ומקרבן לתורה. Kind of coming with this mindset of intentionality and love when we approach children, when we talk to each other, when we think of each other. So I want to invite you to look at Birkat Hakohanim and spend some time on it and see how it impacts you and the people around you. And I invite you to read this old blessing. I'd like to end with Leonard Cohen. So he came to Israel in 2009 and gave concert. At the end of the concert, he recited the priestly blessing, and I'd like to share it with you before we end.
I want to draw our respectful attention once again to the Israeli and Palestinian members of the bereaved parents for peace. There's other men and women, some of whom are called naive, foolish, irrelevant, defeatist, but no, not at all, friends. They have achieved the victory, perhaps the only victory available, the victory of the heart over its own inclinations for despair, revenge, and hatred. So, dear friends, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Yoer Adonai pano v'elecha v'yikunecha, Yisa Adonai pano v'elecha v'yisem lecha.
So timely. So thank you for joining me today. I wish you Shabbat Shalom, peaceful week, and thank you for listening. Bye.